How to write a research proposal in English literature. In this video, we guide you through the essential steps of writing a research proposal in literature, tailored specifically for undergraduate students. Whether you're new to academic research or looking to refine your skills, this video will help you craft a compelling and effective proposal. We cover everything from selecting a focused topic to developing research questions, conducting a literature review, and outlining your research methodology. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools and knowledge needed to present a well-structured and persuasive research proposal that stands out. Let us define the research proposal first. A research proposal is a crucial part of the research process, particularly in academic settings. It outlines the topic you intend to study, the questions you aim to answer, and the methods you will use. For undergraduate students in English literature, a well-crafted proposal is essential as it not only guides your research but also convinces others, like supervisors or funding bodies, of the value of your project. What are the main sections of a research proposal? 1. Title. The title of your research proposal should be concise, descriptive, and informative. It should give a clear indication of your research focus. Example: exploring the role of Gothic elements in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, a study of fear and ambiguity. 2. Introduction. The introduction sets the stage for your research. It should provide background information on your topic, outline the research problem, and state the objectives of your study. How to write it. Start with a brief overview of your research topic, then narrow it down to the specific problem or question you are addressing. Example: the Gothic genre has been a significant influence in English literature, characterized by its exploration of the supernatural, the uncanny, and the sublime. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is a seminal text in Gothic literature that not only explores these themes but also reflects societal anxieties of the time. This research aims to investigate the role of Gothic elements in Frankenstein and how they contribute to the novel's portrayal of fear and ambiguity. 3. Research questions. Research questions are the specific queries you aim to answer through your study. They guide your research and help focus your analysis. How to write it. Your research questions should be clear, focused, and researchable. Typically, a proposal will have one main research question and a few sub-questions. Example: main question: how do Gothic elements in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein contribute to the novel's exploration of fear and ambiguity? Sub-questions: 1. What are the key Gothic elements present in Frankenstein? 2. How do these elements reflect the societal anxieties of the early 19th century? 3. In what ways does the portrayal of the monster embody the themes of fear and ambiguity? 4. Literature review. The literature review surveys existing research related to your topic. It helps you identify gaps in the current knowledge and situate your research within the broader academic discourse. How to write it. Review and synthesize key texts and studies that are relevant to your research. Highlight where your research fits in and how it will contribute to the field. Example: numerous studies have explored the Gothic elements in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Critics like David Punter and Gerald E. Hogel have examined the novel's use of the supernatural and the uncanny. However, less attention has been paid to how these Gothic elements specifically contribute to the themes of fear and ambiguity. This study will build on existing research by focusing on this particular aspect, providing a deeper understanding of the novel's psychological and thematic complexity. Important points to consider: summarize key works. Highlight the main contributions of existing research related to your topic. Identify theoretical frameworks. Point out the theoretical perspectives that will inform your research. Discuss the gap. Explain how your research will fill the identified gap or contribute to ongoing debates. 5. Research methodology. The methodology section outlines the approach and methods you will use to conduct your research. This includes how you will collect and analyze data. How to write it. Describe your research design, e.g., qualitative, quantitative, or mixed methods, the sources you will use, e.g., primary texts, critical essays, and your methods of analysis, e.g., close reading, thematic analysis. Example: this research will employ a qualitative approach, focusing on close reading and thematic analysis of Frankenstein. Primary sources will include the 1818 edition of the novel and relevant Gothic literature from the same period. Secondary sources will include scholarly articles and critical essays on Gothic literature and Mary Shelley's work. The analysis will explore how specific Gothic elements contribute to the novel's portrayal of fear and ambiguity. Important points to consider. Explain your approach. Detail the methods you will use to conduct your research, whether it's textual analysis, comparative studies, or historical analysis. Justify your choice. Explain why the chosen methodology is appropriate for your research question. 6. Significance of the study. This section explains the importance of your research and its potential contributions to the field of English literature. How to write it. Discuss the expected outcomes of your research and how it will add to the existing body of knowledge. Explain why your research matters. Example. This study will contribute to the field of Gothic literature by providing a focused analysis of how Gothic elements in Frankenstein function to evoke fear and ambiguity. By highlighting these aspects, the research will offer new insights into the novel's thematic depth and its reflection of 19th-century societal anxieties. 7. Bibliography. The bibliography lists all the sources you have cited in your proposal and any additional sources you plan to use in your research. Key elements to consider. 1. Choose a clear and focused topic. Select a specific area of interest. Ensure the topic is narrow enough to be manageable within the scope of an undergraduate project. Consider the relevance. Choose a topic that is relevant to current discussions in the field and has available resources. 2. Conduct preliminary research. Gather background information. Before writing the proposal, familiarize yourself with existing literature on the topic. Identify gaps. Look for gaps in the literature that your research could address. 3. Define the research question. Make it specific and clear. Your research question should be precise, focusing on a particular issue or aspect of the topic. Ensure it's researchable. The question should be something that can be answered through research, analysis, and argumentation. 4. Develop a strong thesis statement. Provide a clear argument. Your thesis should present the main argument or hypothesis of your research. Be concise and direct. The thesis statement should clearly convey your research's purpose in 1 or 2 sentences. 5. Outline the research objectives. Set clear goals. Outline what you intend to achieve with your research. Ensure they're achievable. Make sure your objectives are realistic given your time and resources. 6. Be concise and clear. Avoid jargon. Use clear and straightforward language. Keep it focused. Stick to the main points and avoid unnecessary details. Avoid using abbreviations and unfamiliar acronyms. 7. Avoid language bias. Avoiding language bias in proposal writing is crucial to ensuring that your research is presented in a fair, inclusive, and professional manner. A. Use inclusive language. Avoid gendered language. Use gender-neutral terms like they instead of he or she, and chairperson instead of chairman. Avoid assumptions. Don't make assumptions about gender roles, identities, or relationships. For instance, use spouse or partner instead of husband or wife. B. Be culturally sensitive. Respect cultural differences. Avoid language that stereotypes or marginalizes any cultural, ethnic, or racial group. Use appropriate terms. Refer to groups by the terms they prefer, such as indigenous peoples, instead of Native Americans, if that's the accepted term in your context. C. Avoid ableist language. Use person-first language. Instead of saying the disabled or the handicapped, use people with disabilities or people with special needs. Avoid derogatory terms. Avoid terms like crazy, insane, or lame when describing behaviors or situations. D. Avoid age bias. Use respectful terms. Instead of the elderly, use older adults or seniors, depending on the context. E. Avoid stereotyping. Focus on individuals, not groups. Avoid making broad generalizations about groups of people. Focus on the specific individuals or cases relevant to your research.